Did you know that 2024 and 2025 are being hailed as the years when some of the greatest movies in history will be released? One of these films set to make history is How to Train Your Dragon. And we're not talking about a sequel with Hiccup and Toothless as kids embarking on a new adventure together. In fact, we'll have the biggest DreamWorks live-action film ever made in history. Scheduled for release in June 2025, we'll follow Hiccup, Astrid, Stoic, and of course, Toothless on incredible adventures in the Kingdom of Berk with lots of Vikings and dragons. This is just the first on our sensational list of films to be released in 2024 and 2025. Joker 2. If we talked about a hero, now let's talk about a villain who has been gaining more and more fans. Joker. After the success of the first film released in 2019, it was only a matter of time before we got a second film featuring Gotham's crazy clown. And it's happening in October 2024, where we'll see Joker meeting Harley Quinn, played by Lady Gaga, one of the biggest celebrities in music history. All of this in October 2024. Saving Bikini Bottom. Also in 2024, we'll have a SpongeBob movie. Well, in the SpongeBob universe, but it will actually be led by Sandy. Of course, SpongeBob will be there since the two will need to save Bikini Bottom. And for that, they will have to go to Texas, the beloved homeland of the squirrel. The movie will premiere directly on Netflix and will be released in March 2025. The Electric State. Speaking of Netflix, another amazing film will be released on the platform, a sci-fi film called The Electric State. In a retro-futuristic world, we'll see an orphan girl alongside a small robot crossing the American West in search of her younger brother. The film will star none other than Millie Bob Brown, the Eternal 11 from Stranger Things, and Chris Pratt, Marvel's Star-Lord. The directors of the film are the same as Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. July 2025 will be the moment we can see this film that promises to be too good. Garfield. After more than a decade, we'll finally have a new film featuring the cat that hates Mondays and always eats lasagna. May 2024 is the date we'll see Garfield out of home, as he is taken by his own father to participate in a heist. After that, the adventure is just beginning. I really want to see this one too. Furiosa. Now, if you're a fan of action, adrenaline, cars, and dust, the film you can't miss is Furiosa, a spin-off from the Mad Max saga. The character appeared in the 2015 film Fury Road. We'll have her own film in the apocalyptic future where the most valuable thing is gasoline and your willpower. May 2024 is the date we'll see this film that promises action from start to finish. Inside Out 2. If there's a movie I'm counting the days to watch, it's definitely Inside Out 2. That amazing trailer showing anxiety and the poster with 3 other emotions and the promise that the film will be full of surprises got me too excited. I wonder if one of these surprises is Bing Bong's return. I would love it if that happened. We'll find out everything in June 2024. Wicked. The Wizard of Oz is simply amazing, especially because of the witches in the story. And Wicked will come to show much more of the story of these characters. With Ariana Grande in the lead role, we'll see the relationship between the Wicked Witch of the West and the Good Witch of the South, when they were still friends. The film will be divided into 2 parts, with the first one being released in November 2024 directly in theaters. The second part will be released exactly 1 year later in November 2025. And I heard there might even be a third part if you subscribe to the channel and don't miss our upcoming videos. Just click the button and subscribe. Orion and the Dark. Another DreamWorks film, also set to be released directly on Netflix, is Orion and the Dark. The plot tells the story of a boy who is afraid of everything, but what he fears most is the darkness in his room, which one night decides to visit the boy and takes him to work for him for a night. February 2024 will be the release of this animated film that promises to be very cool too. Snow White. Well folks, the live action of the greatest classic in Disney history ended up being delayed and rescheduled for March 2025. Some say it's because the 7 dwarves wouldn't be dwarves anymore, but then they became dwarfs again. Got it? I don't either, but surely a Disney film deserves our attention, and in 2025, we'll find out if we'll have only Snow White or if we'll also have the 7 dwarves. Sonic 3. If you don't like Sonic, it's because you haven't watched or played any movie or game featuring the Blue Hedgehog. But don't worry, in 2024, you'll have a new chance to do so by watching Sonic 3. The film will showcase Shadow the Hedgehog, who was developed to be the ultimate life form. The film will reveal dark details about the Robotnik family and the worst enemies Sonic and Planet Earth have ever faced. December is the month we'll see high-speed adventures. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes is one of the oldest science fiction franchises in history. After the recent trilogy, we now have the 4th film showing what the world will be like without civilized humanity, where the apes now dominate everything that's left. May 2024, we'll see how Caesar's legacy continues. Mufasa. Speaking of intelligent animal movies, Mufasa promises to be an epic film as it will show the entire history that gave rise to Disney's most successful franchise, The Lion King. Released in July 2024, the live action will show a time when Scar was good, and Mufasa was just a little lion cub without claws. The film will be full of action, fights, and twists. This is one of the ones I'm most excited to watch. Toy Story 5. Seeing Woody and Buzz has marked not only one but several different generations, and Toy Story 5 will be remarkable since it will probably be the last film in the series. Everyone who cried watching Toy Story 4 was sure that farewell was not only between the toys, but also between the fans and the film. But as Disney likes money, and we like Toy Story, in June 2025, the 5th film in the franchise will be released, and I'll definitely have to watch the historic conclusion of these toys, even if it's for the second time. The Wild Robot. In 2024, DreamWorks is set to release a few more films. One of them is The Wild Robot, which will tell the story of Rosm 7134, a robot affectionately called Roz, who ends up on a deserted island after a shipwreck. There, he learns to coexist with the island's animals, adopts a goose as his child, and faces some sinister dangers. In September 2024, we'll be able to check out what could be the beginning of a new franchise of incredible DreamWorks films, Godzilla vs. Kong: The New Empire. After Godzilla and Kong threw down, it seems like they've become friends. At least, that's what it looks like in the trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong: The New Empire, set to be released in April 2024. The two alpha monsters will have to join forces once again to defeat an even greater threat, just like in the first film. And yes, we'll have Millie Bob Brown in this sequel too. That's pretty awesome. Which of the two monsters do you prefer? If it's the radioactive lizard, comment #Godzilla. But if you prefer the giant gorilla, comment #Kong. Let's see who wins this battle, at least in the comments. Despicable Me 4. The last time we saw Gru was in his little evil version in Minions 2, so if you miss him, don't worry. In July 2024, we'll have the 4th film in the franchise of the best former villain of all. And, of course, we'll have the girls and the minions to make everything even more fun. Deadpool 3. Speaking of guys who aren't 100% on the good side, let's talk about Deadpool 3. Scheduled for July 2024, we'll see Wade Wilson once again demonstrating his total lack of common sense, but this time alongside Marvel's hero with the shortest fuse, Wolverine. Dude, this is gonna be insane! In a good way, of course. Kraven the Hunter. Another film also coming straight from the comics and that we'll see in 2024 is the movie Kraven the Hunter. Originally an enemy of Spider-Man, we'll see Kraven, a guy used to hunting lions with his bare hands, in a solo action film rated for ages 14 and up. August 2024 is the release month for this film from the Spider-Verse. Ghostbusters: Ice Apocalypse. After an ancient evil power is awakened, the team of paranormal entity and ghost hunters will need to come together once again to prevent the world from entering a new ice age. This story got me really excited, and in March 2024, we'll find out how the team will manage to overcome this with the help of Finn Wolfhard, the Mike from Stranger Things, in this frozen adventure. Elio. Pixar's next big production, Elio, was announced shortly after the release of Elemental. In the story, we'll see how Elio is mistakenly taken to space and will need to impersonate Earth's ruler to defend the galaxy. The 28th Pixar film, initially set to be released in March 2024, has been postponed to June 2025. Until then, we'll be eagerly waiting. Venom 3. If you watch Spider-Man No Way Home, besides seeing the 3 versions of the web-slinger on screen, you also saw that the most sinister symbiote in the universe made a cameo appearance. And not only that, a small piece of it remained in Peter Parker's universe. In November 2024, we'll have the 3rd installment of this sinister anti-hero. And if my prayers are answered, we'll have a showdown between Venom and Tom Holland's Spider-Man to make everything even more awesome. Madam Web. But before Venom, another film from the Spider-Verse will be released. We're talking about Madam Web, where we'll have in a single film 3 versions of girls with different spider powers, in addition to Madam Web herself, who can foresee the future and has psychic powers, not to mention the villain who is also the vessel of the Spider Totem. Even at the risk of having a Spider-Man overdose, I'll watch this film in February 2024. This is the most complete list of films to be released in 2024 and 2025. And honestly, I'm gonna watch them all because I love watching movies, because I have so much fun. And since we know you like to have fun too, we've left 2 amazing videos for you to watch here on the screen. Have a great time!